Hi, everyone. I'm here today to introduce the new series that I'm going to be doing for all the zodiac signs. This one will be a reading to find out how these next 3 years of your life are going to be impacted, the central theme of these next 3 years of your life. If you are not aware, in my astrology that I put out every Sunday on the 15th, 4/15, we entered a 3-year period of time in which Pisces is being schooled by the sign of Saturn. So it's kind of like the oppression of the energy of Pisces. Now, what you should know about this, first of all, we've been in the age of Pisces since around 50 BCE, and we will be transitioning into the age of Aquarius and solidifying the age of Aquarius at 2100. Okay. It seems like a far way away because we're like 75 years away from actually being in 2100. But that means that we are currently in this 100-year cycle from 2000 to 2100 of the shift into the age of Aquarius. The first 25 years was the concession, let's say that concession of the sign of Pisces giving the crown to the age of Aquarius. And this is the reason why we saw so much divisiveness, so much turbulence, and so much ugly. Then from 25 to 50, we're going to go into this transition where our physical world will be affected as we enter into the new rules of the age of Aquarius. And then we're going to go from 50 to 75, where we are going to see the impact of our social emotional frameworks. So relationship skills, connections, so forth, so stuff, that stuff that has to do with your emotional body, and that will be shifting into the age of Aquarius. Another large shift that will be causing a lot of chaos. And then finally, from 75 to 100 is when we enter into the psychic world, where our minds are and our spirit is being affected by the age of Aquarius. And then we're solidified the age of Aquarius. So why I'm telling you this is because these first 3 years is the giving up of the crown. We're actually entering into what the Bible talks about in the age of, in the book of Revelations of the 7 years of darkness. This is the first 3 years, and then we're going to go into another 4-year cycle, which is like, that shift. Okay, so you have to think of 7, very important because it represents every single one of our energy centers. So if you're going from the base all the way to the crown, it's not until the 7th year that we finally are free from all the confinements of the age of Pisces. What does the age of Pisces mean? You have to think of the age of Pisces as the two fish. This is when there was a separation between the yin and the yang, where there are perceived differences between white and black and good and bad and right and wrong, kind of a separation. And then because of that separation, there was a lot of deceit because as you saw the yin and yang, there was a lot of yin inside the yang and a lot of yang inside the yin, right? So there's darkness, hidden darkness in people. There's masks that they were wearing. There was lies and deceit. As we're entering into the age of Aquarius, what we're doing is that we're moving into a season in which your external world and the way people view you and everything will be what your internal world truly is. There is no more hiding. And I've explained this over and over again for a while, but a lot of people are not understanding. There are some people that are already receiving the impacts of being seen. Some of them are very negative and some of them are really positive. It depends on what side of the spectrum you are. So this series will be focusing on this. This introduction video will be in every single one of them. So people are aware as to what it is that I'm focusing on. We will see how it will affect your light aspect. In other words, the sun, what you can see in your life and what you will know on your 3D reality. And then we're going to be looking at your dark aspect and the moon aspect, which is your subconscious. And then we're also going to be looking at the thing you will be confronting because we will be looking at your double energy. So I hope this is very informative and it helps you guys to understand why you're feeling how you're feeling these next 3 years, as it is a huge shift that is happening in the collective. Thank you for being part of the family and always subscribing. Thank you for checking out my website and subscribing to my newsletter there, where I send out a email every week on the astrology. And thank you for being interested in the services that I provide. All of you guys have been a blessing to me and a blessing to this channel, and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's start a message. All right, Virgo. So I'm going to shuffle the cards up very, very good, at least 4 times, and then just to make sure that we have them nicely mixed. And then I'm going to check out the sun, the moon, and the devil. Okay. And then I also have some charms. So I'm going to pull out at least like 1 or 2 charms to figure out what comes out for you. Oh, that's interesting. So we have the sun with the face. So clarity, big time clarity. So let's find out what the sun, the moon, and the sun, the moon, and the devil says here for you. Okay, we got the messenger. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Okay. The moon. Doop, doop, doop. Wheel of Fortune. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, here goes the devil. 1, 2, 3. And the sun. 1, 2, 3. And the bottom right here, we have the card of the 5 of Wands, which says Ahayel, and it says God listens in concealment. Politics, ambition, wins judgments, and protects all those who seeks the truth. And it's actually the 5 of Wands. So I'm just reading everything the card says because this is my angel card deck or whatever. But the 5 of Wands literally is talking about this is going to be a fight for you. So the next 3 years is external, internal conflicts and arguments and fights. And why? So the sun card is talking about the physical world and what you see that might be causing the shifts that we're seeing here. And the first thing that comes out is the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is lies and deceit. The second is the Page of Wands, which is the energy of immaturity. And the third is the 9 of Pentacles. Look, I feel like you're going to receive knowledge about the people that have actively, or the situations that have actively been working in your life to limit your liberation and freedom, and limit your ability to create abundance in your life, to be an entrepreneur, to create the feeling of personal wealth and personal security outside of needing somebody else around you. And of course, that's going to cause conflict because you're going to face the person that's been cheating on you, the person that's been limiting you, and the person that's been restricting you. Now, mind you, this is important for you to note. Though it is expressing outside a person around you, like it's somebody doing this to you, right? They're doing it to you because there is something inside of you that has allowed it. So this can be something like believing that you need this person and giving them your power. This can be a belief of yourself that you're not worthy that gives them your power. There's always, I always like to see a person outside of myself as a reflection that I need to do on myself. Like for a long time, I was being attacked spiritually, but it was because I did not know enough about my own spirit to protect myself. And every single one of these attacks were simply me learning how to read the room, read the person, and learn how to shield and protect myself. Okay. So keep that in mind, though I do see it somebody external. It's a reflection of you learning how to claim back your power internal. All right. Second is the moon energy. I'm not doing the double next. I'm doing the moon because this is your subconscious. So this is all about you. Okay. Let me move this up. So the energy of the messenger of the moon, we have the 6 of Cups. This is your children, if you have children, and this is yourself. The second is the Ace of Wands. This is having to take action. And the third is the Chariot card. So I feel like what is going to happen with the moon energy is an activation of an awakening, I want to say, of your inner child, the person that you used to be before you were told who you are. Okay. And in that, it gives you this crown, this fertility, this expansion where you feeling driven to take action, and it starts moving the wheels, creating the change that you need. And the spirit seems very significant because we have that major arcana there, that we did not have. Let me just triple check that we did not have in the sun energy. So this is going to be more along the lines of spirit than it is going to be along the lines of self. So not so much the physical, but it's more of your mental space and your spiritual space and your not on subconscious space. And that is where we start, because that's the building block of our reality, as above, so below, right? As we thinketh, we create. And so right here, it's a return of your power because you remember who you are, and that starts getting the wheels moving, and that makes you strong enough to confront this thing that we see in the 3D world. Then the devil that you're going to be confronting, the entanglement that you're going to be confronting, is the Three of Swords. Heartbreak because Knight of Wands, because of your passions and your foolish acts, right? So I feel like your Achilles heel, the thing that will make you fall, right, will be your hurt feelings making you be impulsive, exploding, acting way out of character, just doing stuff, which makes you look like the fool, like makes you look like the bad guy of a situation. I think sometimes our enemies win because we lose our cool and our composure. This is a strategy game. Chess is not played, I'm getting mad, I'm going to start throwing all my guys all over the place. It's like you get angry, you see what the person is doing, you see how they are playing you, and then you learn how to stop getting played. And that is the whole thing. Like, you're going to be angry AF, and you're going to have to learn how to keep your cool. So Virgo, I would recommend any spiritual or physical practice that will help you release that anger. So this can be taking a boxing class and punching something, doing that whole, when people go to the forest and start screaming. I just saw a meme of this guy saying, I'm doing what my therapist said, and I'm going somewhere to scream, and they scream, and then somebody is taking a dump, and you see them running with toilet paper and their pants hanging down because the other person was screaming. I'm sorry, that made me laugh all of a sudden, but I just saw that. But like doing things that will make you vent out the anger, but not directly at that person, at something else, so that it's out of you, and then you can think clearly as to what you have to do and be strategic in how to get free from this entanglement. Okay. It's a very interesting 3 years because it feels like your villain era is awakening and your anger is awakening. And that is an awesome combination if you know how to use the energy correctly. Because if not, fire element has a way of burning yourself if you don't know how to control it. All right. I hope this helps you, and see you the next time.